Well, I've gotten this far. For reference, hero at level 8, 27, 20, 30, 14, 12, 24. Half again as fast. 17, 9, 7. The best luck I saw was 2 points higher at start, so the best I could have for a luck right now would be 2 points higher, because I've gotten one every level so far. Same thing with intelligence. I think it started at 6, 7, 8. I think the highest I saw it was a point or 2 higher, but not a spellcaster. So unless I convert them at 20 plus levels to something else, not as relevant. I'm not entirely sure whether or not damage from or resistant to magic is related to it, in which case it does matter, but yeah, their defense is almost as high as our heroes, just because their agility is so much higher. Because their training suit, the training suit I think is 2 points lower than the leather armor, and then there's also the leather helmet and shield. So that's where we're at with that. Just so we don't have to walk. Time travel along with it. But I have, as you noticed, done the thing, but at the point where I didn't lose any access to spells. So it's just a bunch of soldiers, because, well, I would say because their gear's worth more, and it's not like that doesn't play into it, but they're also the thing at the top of the list, so it's just easier to batch those out. I will briefly show you briefly show you the biggest annoyance when I was making our two-tailed demon cat. Eventually, yes. Sure. This is good. If I take Neko out, they'll sit at the very top of the list, where the soldier they had was. So, the next one on the list is their wizard. Yes. And the problem when you're making someone that's going into that space and saying no and then redoing it is you can't keep using the same name. You have to alternate between two. I can show you. I already have. Let's just pick a. Doesn't really matter. No. Yes, because this hypothetical person doesn't have the stats I want. But I don't have them. They don't exist. But even though there is no one created, it puts the placeholder name in there of whatever name I make is. So, I was swapping between Neko and Nekomata. And this is the one that had the better stats. Also, Neko was actually how it's shortened anyway, so it's fine. So to make whoever, they can't be named L. But now that M is the placeholder, I can go back to L. Of course, since you have to cycle through this every time, it's just the process itself is annoying to begin with, but that you have to essentially have two names that you have to plunk in every time, alternating between them until you get a set of stats that is decent. Made it much worse. And I could have gotten better, but I got fucking tired of it. So their agility and vitality and luck, I mean, everything could have been higher. I wanted their agility, vitality, and luck to be higher. They could have been altogether if I had wanted to sit and plunk through that for a lot longer than I already had. I will level this one up more. But I've gotten some progress on them, and that training outfit is the only thing they can equip. And so it's not like I can put more gear on them. Oh, a quirk about fighters is they can equip weapons that aren't claws, but their attack power actually goes down. They are better unarmed than armed with something that isn't a claw. So, there's that. But yeah, them being as fast as they are really does compensate to a meaningful degree for their limited armor choices. But yeah, no, the next thing I'm going to do is fill in that new gap with whatever pilgrim I'm going to end up with. I haven't decided on the names yet. So there's also that, but I spent long enough on that earlier that, again, this is the worst part of it. Not super eager to go back to doing it again. What I might do is get myself up to level 9, because, of course, leveling someone else up, I get closer to mine, and I don't want to have my level hit when someone else's does. So getting myself up to 9 will mean there's a nice big buffer for leveling up the pilgrim to however far I get them, probably until they get antidote, just because there are things out there that can poison us. But the pilgrim is next, and I guess you'll see how that goes when I've gotten there.